There's a lot of games getting updates in October, including Devour, Escape the Backrooms, and Repo. We'll talk about that along with a great demo coming out that we're really excited to play. We've also played a couple games that have just recently been released. We'll go over our thoughts on it, including a haunted Boba Teashop. Should you play it? We'll let you know. Welcome back to the Zoth Horror Podcast. As always, I am Lil P, joined by Zoth. And how are you doing on this lovely day?
I'm fabulous. Hello.
I say lovely. It is like cloudy outside, which is a good thing because it's been super hot over here. Nice and spooky, good recording weather. And we're going to talk about a lot of games that are getting updates for spooky season in October. There's a lot that we're going to be talking about from that month. And we've played not as many games as usual, but a few that really stood out. And we'll start here talking about some news that came out this week. We'll start with one that came out in the past, and it was a game that we had covered in the past that we both really, really love, which was Shift at Midnight. They did announce that the multiplayer demo was coming out on September the 29th, which is 9 days from when we're recording this. It's Monday. So I am really looking forward to that one. They said that it was going to have proximity chat, new events, new customers. And apparently there was some delay because of it coming out for some legal reasons. I have no idea how or what, but I'm not really deal with any of that. But it said the main edition. Well, it's going to be 1 to 3 players. It said that it's going to have 3 new nights. Apparently, it's going to have night 1 will be similar to the single player demo, which if you have not played it, make sure to check it out. This game was a lot of fun. Very unique idea. Really, really enjoyed it. Night 2 was overhauled, is what they say, and there'll be additional night 3 with new content. So we'll see how that goes. If you're not familiar with the game, it's essentially like you're a clerk at a gas station, and there are alien doppelgangers coming around the world. And it's your job to decide if the person you're checking out is an alien or not. Based on information on their ID, is stuff missing? Is there stuff in the system different? Sort of like Papers, Please, and That's Not My Neighbor and all that. But a very unique take on it, and I think you really enjoyed this one as well, right?
I did. This is one of the demos I played on my stream on Wednesdays when I do indie horror games. And I loved this game. This was so much fun. I'm very excited to find out that they're doing multiplayer with this.
Yeah, and it says the full release of this game will come out Q2 of 2026, so we'll see if that's still the same. But it says the full release of the game is going to be composed of randomly generated runs to play through with your friends, including a shit ton of customers, random, silly, scary, funny events, items, monsters, traps, and more. So a very unique idea for the game. When I played it, I really wanted to play more of it. So excited to see that it's multiplayer too. And I'm looking forward to it. And we'll be playing it the week it comes out and then talking about it here on the podcast as well. So we got that to look forward to. And I'll include a link to the game as well in the description and show notes. Be sure to check it out. If you had not already and you like that sort of idea, I think it's worth checking out. It's free too, so it's a free demo. Why not? If you have some extra time. There were a few games that released. I highly recommend it. Yes. I highly recommend checking out that game. First one actually just came out the day prior. It was a game we previously played the demo of, and that was Eclipsium. And this was like a retrographic inspired, like a story horror walking through. I don't know if it's really horror in a way. I don't think there were a lot of jump scares. Just a little creepiness, eeriness to it.
Yeah.
Curious to see how it's going to turn out. It's a very weird story.
Very trippy.
Yeah. Had the Eye of Sauron in the background that you were going to. It was like you were going through different times. There were puzzles, puzzles in quotation marks, basically. It's a lot of these games, the puzzles are just like, hey, find this one thing that's, not overly difficult to find unless you're Zoth. And then then move on. the amount of games that you rage quit because you can't find something. It's
No, no,
hilarious.
no. I'm pretty sure that I beat this one much faster than you.
Probably,
'Cause
probably.
you had a hard time finding those wheels, don't lie. But I'm excited. This is one of the games I've been looking forward to, and it's finally been released. So hopefully I'll be able to cover it on my stream soon, and we will go in depth on the full version soon.
Yeah, it's currently an introductory offer. It is $11.69 US. It's regularly $12.99, which it does seem kind of high for this type of game. Hopefully, it's got a lot of content with it. Uh, but I don't know. The demo was enjoyable, so I'm curious to
It
see
it
how
did
this
have a
one is.
hook.
Yeah,
It did have a hook for sure.
yeah. You sort of wanted to see what happened. The art style is done really well. Uh, did it hook me enough to want to get it like right off the gate? I, I would probably say no, but I could definitely
Yeah.
see me playing this at some point, even if not right away. Now, it's pretty interesting because the publisher was Critical Reflex for this game, which also published another game that came out this week, which was No, I'm Not a Human. I heard a lot of good things about it. I'm probably planning on picking it up for this one. It's the same thing where there's like monsters, whatever, taking over the world, and people come to your door, and you decide should you let the person in to stay with you or not, in sort of this like apocalyptic setting. Uh, you just don't want to let the aliens or monsters in and take everybody out. So that's sort of the basics of the game. I've heard from people online, like the game is overall fun. Some has said it's kind of short. I don't know exactly. From what I've heard, everybody who's played it has really enjoyed it. So shortness and kind of goes with like the pricing of games. This one's currently an
Mm-hmm.
introductory offer as well at $13.49 US, $14.99 regularly. So I don't know. Is there a lot of content for it? It's sold apparently 100,000 copies in like 5 days, which is awesome for the
Yeah.
developer Trioscas. Don't know if I pronounced that right, but it's a very interesting premise for a game. I'm probably gonna play it because I love the deducing type stuff. I find that to be a lot of fun. And I don't you didn't play the demo for this, did you?
I have not yet. No.
Yeah, I'll probably just end up picking it up because I am curious about it. But that game came out, so we'll probably at least cover it somewhat here in the future as well.
Yes.
And a few games announced their next update. First one being we'll talk about Devour. So I don't know. We haven't talked too much about Devour. I don't think on the
We
podcast.
haven't.
I think we got it about a year ago. I think around this time,
Yeah.
around Halloween, because I think we started out around the Halloween event. And they're adding a new map, which is a Carnival map, which they released a video today, the day we're recording this podcast, a little trailer for it. And it looks super creepy, super amazing. I definitely
Yeah. The trailer
recommend.
looks great.
Yeah, I definitely recommend you guys get Devour anyways if you're looking for it's a co-op horror survival game where there's a monster and you're trying to solve the puzzles to exorcise the monster. It is a very difficult game. They introduced the easy mode for it, which is good. But it is very very difficult. But it is a really well done co-op horror survival
It's one
game.
of those. It's one of those games. I really like Devour. It's one of those games that's really difficult at first, but not difficult to master after you try it. So, I mean, it's still playable. The replayability is amazing on that game, and I am really looking forward to the map. The new trailer for the Carnival map looks so spooky. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, and apparently the main monster is going to be a clown. So what's not spookier than a clown,
Yeah.
right? Or what is spookier than a clown? Nothing. They can be really creepy, and it looks really well done. And the release date for that is going to be on October 15th, 10 a.m. Pacific time, which is 1 a.m. Eastern, which is a Wednesday, which is actually a day that you stream. Funny enough.
Nice. Perfect timing.
Uh, yeah, so that I'm looking forward to trying that out. That should be a lot of fun. And last horror news. Then we'll get into Escape the Backrooms, a game that we've talked about numerous times. One of our favorite co-op games is
Hmm.
finally announcing their full release. We had talked about their having a console release. I don't know if this really mentioned when that would happen, but they said they were going to be getting out of getting out of early access, entering 1.0 here soon, and that date is going to be October the 23rd.
And we're going to
And
play it the second it downloads.
more than likely, maybe. I don't know. What day is October the 23rd? Pre-plan it Thursday? We probably will. Probably will. So I think it said it's going to add 4 new levels, which it's going to have alternate endings, different mission select, so you can do all that. Improved visuals and models, improvements and expansions to existing levels. So should be a lot of fun. A lot of looking forward to it. One of the best
Yeah,
Backrooms games that we've played,
agree.
and really looking forward to playing that update. And then, of course, as talked about in the past, Repo is getting their update on October 30th. But no real new news talking about that. We did talk last week about some new mechanics coming into Repo. So if you haven't checked out that episode, check it out. Um,
Yeah.
any other thoughts on those news or anything I forgot to mention? I don't think so.
I think you got them all. I was yeah, looking forward to a lot of these, which is surprising.
Yeah, a lot of updates, like we mentioned, coming in October. And of course, there's always the Halloween spooky game sale on Steam. So check that out. And if you have
I'm
no
sure I'll be
idea,
buying a lot more.
yeah, I've had a lot of games added on my wish list, and I'm like, I'm waiting for a sale. So I usually pick up quite a few of those games because when you play horror games, it's a great time to pick them up, you know?
Yep,
So
exactly.
we played some games this week, not as much as in the past, but
But they were longer, so
yeah, these
longer games than usual.
were a little bit longer. Which one do you want to start off with?
I think we should start off with the Boba Teashop.
Which was probably my favorite one of the ones that we played.
It was up there. I don't think it was my favorite, but it was good. You play Risa, who recently quit her stressful corporate job to open a boba tea shop, and she's so excited about it. And you basically are a barista, and it, I don't want to spoil anything, but it gets very creepy. This is by a developer called Mike 10. It's really a twist. You don't see what's gonna happen. You can't figure out what's gonna happen at the end. It's a really good twist. Shorter than I expected. It wasn't that much longer than the demo,
Where did the
which was a
demo
little
end
bit of
at?
a disappointment.
Do you remember which day?
I believe I can't quite recall off the top of my head, but I want to say after you give the latte to the ghost girl
Uh,
around that time, around that point. So it's not much longer,
that's crazy.
but
That's
it's not
crazy.
expensive either. It's only like $5.
Yeah, it recently got released. I had not played this game. I had heard about it, or I might have seen you play the demo a little bit.
Yeah.
But I thought it was very very good. I enjoy playing like these simulator type games. And the ones with the horror twist are very unique. And just like, shift at midnight, you're there, you're cleaning, restocking a gas station, and
Yeah.
then creepy things happen. But that's,
And meanwhile, we're still waiting for you to play Happy's Humble Burger Farm.
that is on the list. That is on the list.
You need
The
to bump
list
it up.
is the list is long. Long. It'd be like Chris Jericho's list of 1,000 wrestling moves, and that's the list of games that I play. That is high up. I was considering playing that. Um, I might do it next week. Might do it next week actually.
Okay, good.
So we'll
Sounds good.
take a look at that. But yeah, the simulator type games and adding a horror twist to it is good. There were a lot of unique directions I think this game could have taken. I think it could have been a little bit longer with the story. There were some like unanswered things I think they could have got deeper into.
Yeah.
But for what it was, it's about an hour long. I enjoyed my time with it. There are ways to fail in the game, which was very interesting to me. Did not expect that at all.
Yeah.
Then you restart the day. But it's once you realize why you failed, it's pretty easy to get back. But I thought it had
Yeah.
some really good scares. There wasn't a lot of cheap jump scares here. It did a great job of like just something is going on in the background, and then you're like, oh
Yeah.
snap. It's not like in your face there the whole time, and I think that it was well done. I definitely recommend people try it out. If you want to try it out at the full price, you can probably wait for a sale. But the way too, if you want to look at it, speaking of boba, you get a boba from a tea shop, you'll probably spend more than the price of the game, and you'll probably finish it the same amount. So if you want to look at it
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
a good game. Absolutely good game. Good pacing, good suspense building,
Yes.
good building a sense of dread. I like how the vision changes throughout the game to kind of, match what's
Yeah.
happening in the story. And I love that. Very
Yeah.
good. Very good attention to details. And like you said, the jump scares weren't in your face. It's more like some of the jump scares in the Mortuary Assistant where you just like see something and you weren't expecting anything to happen, and most of the game is pretty peaceful. So it's well done in that aspect.
Yeah, very, very, very well done. I think they could have gone into the story more a lot of directions because there was a lot of different directions it could have went. But
Yeah,
which I wanted this game to be longer. Honestly, I really enjoyed it.
me too.
But it's definitely worth trying out at some point, I would say.
And that was by the developer is named Mike 10.
Yes, very, very well done with that one.
I agree. The next one I want
This
to
what
talk
we have
about
to-
is the
this is not
Stairway
the
7.
baseline?
This
Okay.
one was my favorite. This is
a baseline.
put out by Steel Krill Studios. That's a tongue twister.
Tarantula, giant strider spikes.
This is another anomaly
Nine
horror, and
from outer
I
space.
just love
I don't know how small. I never know how
category of
small
horror
it's going to be.
games.
6, 7.
every
that's
single
8.
anomaly game
Creepy
I play
manky missing.
is
Bulbas!
different from the last.
Missing hand.
Like what they
The
consider an
green
anomaly,
slime are
how
coming.
you find the
That's not
anomalies,
proper grammar.
the story around the game. I love to see different
Door
developers
handles
put
are on
their
the
twist
right
on it.
side.
Like the Cabin Factory was wildly different, and this one also
on the revolutions of
is very
celestial
different.
spears.
Because you don't go back to zero when you die. There's
Did you kill?
checkpoints,
Did you kill?
and there's actually a lot of floors you have
We
to do.
pet
It's not like
Ginger.
Exit 8 where you only have to get through 8 floors.
Always pet Ginger.
I like how they tell you that you failed. That's interesting aspect. I haven't seen any anomaly games where
It's
you take
stronger from your
damage,
fear and it will attack you.
and you do take damage from the creature if you don't spot the anomaly or get it wrong. And that's pretty unique, I think.
But if there's an anomaly... Speaking of the Cabin Factory, that is on my list of games to play. I sit here and stare at the desktop icon every day as it taunts me. Because I've been wanting to play that one. But yeah, there was I love the damage part. That was very unique.
It looks good to me.
This, especially for an anomaly game. And it was good because it kind of like you had essentially 3 chances to fail with the amount of damage, and the more you go up, there are like various health recoveries things you can do.
One whole set of stairs. Okay, that
I
light's
think
flickering.
if I really enjoyed the anomalies. To make it better, like from what we know, this is the only level,
which means it's
and there's
removed
70 floors you have to go
okay.
through. And to me, that's a bit much. I mean, with the name like Stairway 7 or whatever, just make multiple stairways. Like do the same one for 15 floors or so, and then
Yeah.
go to another
change it up a little
location.
bit.
Yeah, just so it doesn't get like as stale.
Yeah.
There are checkpoints. The checkpoints are like I don't even know what it is. I think like floor 27 was one, and then I got up to like 40, and then got
Had
taken out
Ginger,
again
of course.
by getting it wrong.
All right.
And then
Yeah.
right back
Looked
to
good to me.
27, and then trying it again, and then fail again, and it's like, you know, it's not terrible, but it does get
How will
kind
you
of
know
old.
if you fuck up? Are the ants
just
going
doing
in a
the
different
same
pattern?
stuff again.
Is that
And
important?
again with the same level.
I have to make a confession
Yeah.
about this. You know, I played the games first, and then you played the game after me. So I wasn't gonna help you, right?
Yeah.
And
I feel like the ants are going in a different pattern.
I told you that you couldn't beat my time, which was what, 84 minutes?
Yep.
You keep trying to say 86, but it was 84.
No?
So my confession is I was
Are we dead?
kind of an asshole.
Because you didn't
I
beat
could have
it.
told you that. No, I did. I could have told you that once you cleared the anomaly, you can just keep going. So it was like padding the time.
Yeah, well, see, this is where I wasn't sure because I didn't have a lot of health left, and I didn't want to get taken
Yeah.
out. So when I got reset,
Well,
I
y'all
was
switched
like,
spots.
okay, I'm back at full health.
That's
Let
pretty
me just
easy
check
to
to see if it ever happens, and it didn't. So,
All
so I
right.
assumed it, but it was very interesting too in that, you know, you go up the floor if you don't see an anomaly, you go down
What else
if you
is
do,
there?
and it'll reset it.
6.
But there's no
Yeah.
penalty
7,
for going
8,
down
door
to getting
handle, you
wrong
look
at
good,
first.
green slimer coming,
Right, you can go down if you're like, I think
20%.
there's an anomaly, you wait to hear a sound.
There's a wild
But
hornet in
apparently the
chat.
monster gets stronger when it hits
Yeah.
you. So I'm guessing you take more damage
porter.
each time you're wrong about going down.
Yeah,
so I think
assume that's how it works.
I think that's an interesting take. I like
Shadow.
I mean I
haven't
like the
even
idea of
checked into
failure
shadows of
like that
things,
in the Anomaly game.
but it looks good.
It had some good scares in there. I
Yes.
think the monster jump scare was a bit much. It was good at first, but then once you know, like, it doesn't change. So it'd have been cool to see a different change.
Right, but it
No,
does.
sir.
But what it does do
No,
is
sir.
make you dread getting it wrong. So you're just like
Yeah.
on,
No,
you know,
sir.
really tense walking through that point where you know the monster is going to pop up if you've got it wrong. So it does. I think that does a good job of building tension in the game. Also,
Yeah.
I
My
would
only
imagine
complaint
that it's
was
going
that
to
if there
be.
was an anomaly with a sound, you could hear it on the floor below. So if you walked up to the floor and you kept hearing weird sounds that weren't normal, you would think that was the anomaly and try to fix it, but then it would be the next. That's my only
be
complaint. This game
something
was really good.
different.
Yeah, for an
my
horror game,
opinion.
I think it
We're
was good. I think it did a lot of things well, and you know that's their desire to have the same floor, same level. That's fine. I think it'd be cool to have other ones because you can keep the stairway gimmick. Thought it was good. Thought it worked well.
6,
But you're only looking at like a
7,
little square
8.
rectangle. Like that's
I know, and you still kept missing the anomalies. It's amazing.
yeah, because looking at the same small things again and again, you're just like yeah.
You get lackadaisical about it, and
That mannequin's
overlook
different.
stuff. Like I was like screaming internally watching you play it.
Yeah, all right.
Why aren't
Now
you
what?
looking at this?
Going
Why
back
aren't
up?
you looking at that?
Because I would
But yeah.
forget. Because I would just be like, yep, good. Then when I would have to physically, because I knew
Always
shit
gotta
would
pet
change with
Ginger.
the doors at some point. So I would be like,
Yeah.
all right, I'm gonna look at the number on the door. And I'm gonna look at the door handle because I'm sure it's
You
something.
thought the
gonna happen.
mannequin was Mr.
And then
Minky.
Yeah.
I'd be right at some
Of
point.
course not.
But
Of
then
course
if I
not.
would, but then I would just get lax with it again. And then there were some really like subtle ones that I was surprised I did catch.
Me too.
At first,
You missed the
which-
666
Oh, that's
on the door
different.
twice.
That's different.
I
They
did
switched
because
the
I forgot
posters.
to check
They
the
switched
numbers.
posters.
And when I tell, because I would look at the number, look at the door handle. That's what I told myself.
Yeah.
And then I would just get nonchalant about it, be like, yeah.
you do this time?
And it was like you're kind of like when you're writing a paper
Straticals.
and you're like checking for errors. And they always say give it to somebody else to check because you've
Got
been looking
door
at it for so
handles,
long
6, 7,
that
8.
you're not
Yeah.
going to notice because you know what you were trying to say and whatnot. Like I feel like that's kind of like with this. Look at the same thing again and again that I'm just getting nonchalant with it. Like, oh yeah, that's supposed to be there.
Too
It's got a
observant.
number without actually paying
Of course,
attention.
I told you I'm an expert in
And-
these games.
You get hurt with it, but yeah, I thought for
Yeah.
an Anomaly game, it was definitely well done.
Door handles
This
are
was my
good.
favorite. And then Vigil,
That was an interesting one.
I wasn't a very big fan.
That was because you was garbage at it. You was garbage.
I was garbage at it. I was. I
The-
ended up rage quitting this one because that thing is fast
Where the hell
and
am I supposed to
creepy.
go? I was like, what am I
Yeah,
supposed to
and
do?
I mean it's not an easy game, but the gist of Vigil, the little gimmick that it has, I think is really cool if it would work. Which I don't y'all might have heard of this game, but essentially you're in this factory where you're just there to destroy boxes. But the gimmick with the game is that it's supposed to blink when you blink if you have a webcam set up to do it. And
Yeah.
obviously, I have a pretty, decent setup here. Like I got lighting, I got everything. Like
Alright.
it's not just like we're in a dark room.
Does it
And
feel like
it
a
would not pick up my
monster
webcam for anything. It would like you would see me in there, and I would even adjusted the lighting to be like maybe my face is too lit up. I don't know, but
there
each time it
monsters
would
that
be
are gonna
like,
chase
nope,
us?
can't figure it out, which was kind of lame. So then you had to, which apparently a lot of people have an issue with, which that's pretty ambitious thing. I would think.
It is ambitious for sure.
They're very unique. That if they can get that
Access
working, that'd be really
denied.
cool. 'Cause,
Excuse me?
Then instead you had to use buttons
Excuse
on your
me?
keyboard, because essentially you had to like hold your eye open to scan to go into different areas. Very cool. Then eventually the monster chases you. This is a free game, by the way, and it's a full
Yeah.
game.
Why is my
using
access denied
quotations.
for?
This is very short, but it's like honestly, I would love to see this be like a full-on longer paid game. If that's
Oh
what,
yeah, I feel like they could make it into a full game if they wanted to, and it was very well made.
Yes. It looked
Just
good.
hard.
It was very creepy because it was the gist of it is like you have to look at the monster
Wait,
so it
am
doesn't
I
move.
supposed to like
And the
put
minute you
this in
turn
the
around, it
incinerator?
comes after you. Sort of like the Jack in the Box and or not Jack
It's the
in the Box.
incinerator
the
again. They say
springy
it's my
mannequin
job,
in a
but
lethal
no one
company.
else ever comes
In
down
Lethal
here. You
Company,
haven't
yeah.
seen
Where
another
if you
face
wouldn't
in
look
days?
at it, it
Or
would
was
come. Now I
weeks?
think this one was
1,
just
2,
a set
4.
speed, so you could kind of like loop it around to get away. But it is very hard because you don't know where you're going, and you have to like keep turned around the wrong way to look for where the monster is, but you have to turn around to figure out the way to go. And
Right.
it was very tense. I had fun with it. It is hard. Like you're
Yeah.
it's gonna take you a few tries.
But you went
to
right
get-
through it, and I struggled.
Yeah.
You went right through it and beat the game, and I was like, that's not fair at all. I couldn't get past him. I was like, why? How am I supposed to get past this guy when as soon as you turn around, he covers like the whole distance, and he's too
Yeah.
fast.
It was
Yeah, it's a challenge for sure.
was pretty tough. but
That's
it
what we're
was
supposed to
pretty-
do, right?
pretty
Or am
creepy
I going
and,
crazy?
Oh, yeah.
Definitely worth trying out if you're looking for that suspense hard game. The story is pretty interesting too. Like there is a lot that they could go into. Like it felt like a demo versus a full game. Like it had credits.
Yeah.
It didn't say it was a demo, but it was. I don't know if
Sorry,
maybe
can't let
if
you
it
in.
does really well, which I
Alright.
think quite a few content creators have covered it too or played it. So maybe they'll work on a full game of it, even longer.
That
They
would
don't
be
have
cool.
like
the
a
demand is there.
shopping
It's,
cart.
it's
or
an
anything?
interesting, creepy story.
Yeah.
So the atmosphere was very well done.
Okay. All right. The next one is
It was like the time
Digested.
I looked.
I loved this
playing
game.
it,
It
saw
was
a
janky,
giant
but I
snake.
loved this game.
I'm like,
This was a
spooky
lot of
dookie,
fun.
spooky dookie.
Basically,
GG's to
for some
Big Kev
reason,
and myself
you
on the
are
couch.
in some kind of escape pod, and you're in a facility being
Now
chased
it is
by a
night. I guess that
gigantic
is fair.
snake.
That is fair. It is night.
So you have to run around and destroy
Oh,
snake eggs to try and escape this place. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but it really is a lot of fun. My only the only thing I really didn't like was that the snake was really cute. They need a scarier snake, honestly.
Yeah, and it was like you wouldn't
Strange.
know if the snake actually ate you or not. Like it was a delay between the snake like coming near you and then like being like showing the like death screen.
A
It was like,
potato?
Yeah.
No.
what? Like
it's
it could be
just-
so scary because snakes are very creepy. I'm not the biggest
Yes.
fan of snakes.
It was simple, but it was so much
Some of these
fun
games are not
at the same
optimized
time.
very well.
Yeah, simple basic idea of survive the snake. You can there were different pods there. There's only one true exit pod. The more eggs you destroyed, it would get rid of the fake
Where are
exit
we
pods.
at?
So you
Does
would
it say
know,
you are here?
which one was the right one? Because if you picked the wrong one, you would end up dead as well. So it was good. It was very creepy.
Does that mean we're
you're
at
waiting on
number
edge
3?
to see or hear the snake? Like I think you hear it going through the vents.
Oh yeah, I didn't like that. The vent sound was not very good. I hope
Gave
they
you
fix
trauma
that.
from that? Spyfall was
It
so
just it was really
unoptimized, it was
loud, but then
crazy.
ends abruptly.
I want
It
to do
doesn't
Spyfall again.
it
though.
doesn't sound good.
Yeah, it's and the map was kind of janky. In a way.
Practically impossible to use.
Yeah.
They just do better running around, I think.
So it's an interesting idea. It looks like it's gonna have more levels for the full release. This was a demo that we played, but the idea is there. It's
So are we just supposed to be
creepy
like looking for
and
eggs?
Hopefully they work on some things, but you know, I overall enjoyed it. I think I could play it longer and kind of figure it out more, but very interesting
Absolutely.
idea.
Yeah, it was a surprise because it doesn't look finished. Obviously, it's not finished, but
Okay.
I hope that they finish it, and I hope that they do a good job on it. And I wish them well because this was an incredibly fun game,
Okay, that
despite
sounds kind of creepy. I think we're
you know,
like...
being the story being a little weird, and despite the snake being way too
This is going to be
cute,
that long hallway.
to be too terrifying. I really look forward to seeing what they do. That was
Which means
from
that...
Vigil was Singularity Studios. Digested. The devs just call themselves Digested. So, and that was
did.
on Steam.
Hopefully they add multiplayer too, because I think on Steam it said it was just single player. So hopefully,
Yeah, multiplayer would be great
yeah,
for this game.
seems like a game built for multiplayer as well.
Right, right. I hope they do that. The final game is one of my favorites for this week, The Housekeeper, by Chano Games. This is one you sent me.
Yep, saw somebody trying to promote their game, and so I figured give it a chance. Sounded creepy enough. Because again, simulation games. This one you simulate a housekeeper, basically cleaning rooms. You have a love-hate relationship with this game because you were like, "This is the worst game I ever played," and then you're like, "It scared the bejesus out of me," which it had an amazing scare. I've never heard Zoth scream so loud. Never heard her scream so loud. I'm definitely putting the clip of her screaming into this, so you will hear it here in a second.
What happened here? Ah! Holy fuck!
But I literally
Yes.
I had her volume turned down because I was working on something else, and all I hear is just scream at like the top of the lungs, and I just went to her stream and I just hit clip. And I'm like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah, well, see, this is the thing. This game, it's janky as fuck. You work in a hotel, you gotta walk to the hotel. It doesn't say hotel on it. It's just buildings, plain buildings, no people walking around. The prompts when you're trying to do your job, you've got to be right up on top of everything to get a prompt, and sometimes you couldn't even click when you had a prompt. Like, there were so many things janky about this game, but the one thing they got right was the building the suspense. So when that jump scare did come, and it wasn't anything massive. It wasn't loud. It wasn't a creepy creature. It was just some guy standing behind me. Made me scream. because the game had, kind of lulled me into a false sense of security. Everything was kind of peaceful. I'm just doing my job. There were little creepy things happening, like at one point you hear footsteps running up behind you. Little things like that, but very subtle, just enough to keep you on edge. I did end up rage quitting this game though. In the second half, once you're done, doing your cleanup, you have to follow, I guess she's a ghost, into some kind of maze with water in it. And I got stuck. I couldn't find my way out. It was almost pitch black. And I ended up beating it. So I was like, as soon as I saw P about to play it, I said, I have to watch this. I need to find out if you have as much difficulty. But no, he went right through it as if it was nothing.
Yeah, I will say the water part was kind of annoying because it slowed you down for like no reason. Basically, that's just kind of annoying. It was dark, and it was like you had a flashlight. I think you were using your phone, and your phone battery died, so it got a little bit darker.
Yes.
It was unnecessary. I feel like it was like, why slow people down unnecessarily? It still had some creepy stuff where you would see the little ghost, and it would like go a certain way, so you would go follow it, and it had some good stuff. I think it had some good ideas. It and it was like, is it too slow to kick things going? Like I don't know. I kind of felt like maybe because like you're just doing the same thing room to room, cleaning it like a housekeeper, but I felt like it took some time for like some stuff to happen.
Yeah.
But I mean, overall, I thought it was it has potential, and I thought
Absolutely.
the creepiness stuff was there. Don't make it unnecessarily annoying. I know games have
Yeah.
done that in the past where, of course, I've always hated like water levels in games. I always find them so annoying. Like
Yeah.
almost like where you got to swim underwater, and I always
Yeah.
despise those levels. Not that this was anything like that. It was just a little water that was like ankle high, and it was like it slowed you
Yeah.
down like you were walking in sludge, which I don't know, maybe
And
it
you're
will.
already slow. You
Yeah,
can't run in this game.
yeah. There was no run button, so it was just kind of like seriously. But that was like my only real complaint with the game. But overall, I mean, I enjoyed it. I thought it definitely left you wondering like what was all going on, but I don't know if it really like hit on that as much as it could have. Because I wouldn't say
It didn't
like,
hit on it at all.
yeah, like you're like,
It
okay,
gave you no lore.
there were no like, hey, be careful on this floor because we've been hearing some things, or there was a guest that had died here in the past or whatever. Like, why is it haunted? And there
Right.
was no like real thing with it. Somebody like at one point I was just like, there's a bad smell coming from this room, and you go and there'd be like nothing.
Yeah. I
But
expected like a corpse or something, but there was nothing.
yeah, something. But so it was like it was there for the story to maybe like hook people in to want to play. Because I will say, after I was done, was I like, I can't wait to play this game more? I'd probably say no, but
Yeah.
it's not like one where I was like, yo, I really look forward to this game coming out. I can't wait to play it again. Like
Right.
honestly, it probably would just be like forgettable if it released, unless I saw someone I was like, oh yeah, I remember playing that game now. Not something I want to like
Yeah.
actively follow, but I didn't hate the time with the game.
Right.
So
Right. I don't know. I like a good slow burn and suspense building. I think that is such a crucial thing for horror. And I think a lot of these indie up and coming game devs that are kind of green, they just think loud equals scary. And it's nice to see that. Even though the game was janky, I really enjoyed that effort, and I hope that they put a good amount of time into making and fixing the issues with the game and see what else they do with it. It would be interesting to me.
yeah, I would say probably one of the hardest things to do is like storytelling and getting a good story. So
Yeah.
feel
Yeah.
for that, but you gotta hook people with it. And as interesting as like the gameplay was, it was just like, what is the backstory? You know, they
Right.
introduced
Exactly.
that within the weird things happening, and I think it would have hit more. But hey, you know,
Yes.
time to learn. I don't know if they've ever made a game before. It might be the first one, but they do some things well, and no cheap jump scares. That's for sure. Like the jump scares are
Yes.
really freaking simple, and it's just like somebody standing behind you that's not even a ghost, just a regular person.
Yeah.
You just don't see it coming.
Yep. Exactly.
But
So that was it.
you got any games you're looking forward to playing this week?
Um, I don't know. What was the one
Oh,
you just told me
we did play
about?
Backroom Company. Forgot about that. We
Oh yeah.
played that one Tuesday night, which essentially
Pleasantly
is,
surprised.
yeah, that game was very very interesting. And it was, you know, it's kind of like Lethal Company set in the back rooms where you go and gather loot to make quota, but it also has a story section which was completely different from quota gathering. So it's kind of like you play the story chapter first, then you can go loot the level.
Right.
So you're
You
figuring
can
out
play them
like,
separately.
yeah.
You have to choose it in the startup before you start your game.
Yeah, so you're there trying to find out like what happened to people in the past there. And we had fun with it. You know, didn't know if it was going to be really stupid, really good, really bad.
After our experience with the chained back rooms
Yeah, that's
and survival, we were both of us were pretty hesitant about this game, but it was a pleasant surprise to play. I liked it, and I look forward to playing more of it.
yes. And so I think it's up to 4 players. So definitely, if you like the looting quota style, and you know they got backrooms monsters there too, trying to take you out. Very cool idea, and first impressions
I
of
think
it is good.
the funniest thing was they have loot bugs like in Lethal Company that come up to you. They don't really hurt you, but they'll take stuff from you,
Yeah,
which I thought was hilarious
yeah, just like a little
because they were
cockroach.
really trying. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just a big giant cockroach walks up to you, and I think that's hilarious because they're really going for the Lethal Company vibes on that.
Yeah, and you can tell like some of the monsters are similar patterns to Lethal Company, but it's
Yeah,
got some good stuff too, like a cord that you can drop down to show your way. So if people try to find you or see where you've already checked,
find your way back. Yeah,
yeah,
it's really useful.
it's got some good stuff. So we look forward to playing more of that. But I don't I like I may try out No I'm Not a Human this week, so I'll probably pick pick that one up.
And
But
Among Ashes.
yeah, you're gonna get that one.
Yeah,
Yeah, that one was fun. I'll be doing a review of it, and we'll be talking about it as well in the future. Very
yeah, and
interesting game.
I might cover Eclipsium too. We'll see.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. So, all
Yeah.
right, last week we talked about other indie horror games still, and so check those out if you want other very good suggestions of free games to play. And we'll talk to everybody next time. Happy hunting, and see you then.
Bye.